Welcome to this DPA solar video. In this video we're going to have a quick look at the ground mount calculators that DPA Solar has on offer. We have two main ranges of ground mount racking, galvanised construction and aluminium, and we have a calculator for each. The one we have here is the one for our galvanised products. So in order to use it, the first thing we do is from up the top here make a selection of the panel size that you'll be installing on the calculator, on the racking. So I'll select 900mm by 1650, which is roughly a 250 watt panel, and we can select an edge profile here, and that will cause the bill of materials to reflect the appropriate clamp profile. So then the next section down we have across this row all of our different galvanised products. So we have what we call our 3200mm product, which is a 3.2 metre cross member, and it will typically take 8 monocrystalline panels. Next one up is our 4.8 metre cross member, so as you can see that'll take 9 to 12 depending on the size of the panel. And next up is our 4-bay design, so each of these cross members are 2 metres. And then we also have 2 pole mount solutions. So once you select a panel size and a profile, the calculator will start to calculate a bill of materials for each of these solutions. So for instance, if I was looking at the 3.2 metre cross member, I could indicate that I'm going to use one of these ground mounts, and so straight away it's telling me for that panel that it can include 6 of those. So as you can see, the image here shows 8. That would be an older style 180 or 190 watt panel, but with the newer 250s we can include 6, and it's telling me here, so these are 2 panels side by side and 3 high. Likewise, if I went to the larger cross member, so indicate one of this unit, it's putting 9 panels in. So let's say for example I had a 15 panel system I needed to install. I could include one 3200, one 4800, that would give me my 15 panels. And if I scroll down here at the bill of materials, you can see that we have our rails, so it's indicated how many rails I'll need for each of those systems, mid clamps, end clamps, cross pipes, and then the legs and the other parts of the structure. And if I just scroll across to the right here, we have the bill of materials with the description of each of these parts and the grand total. So I would need 10 3.4 metre rails, 20 mid clamps, 20 end clamps, and so on and so forth. We've got our grounding lugs and grounding clips all included as well. And if I wanted to use screw piles, I can select screw piles as an option for both of these. And let's say that I actually had 30 panels I wanted to mount, so I could go with 2 of the 4800mm and 2 of the 3200, gives me a total of 30 panels. If I scroll down to the bill of materials, you'll see that it's now specified ground screws and interface caps. And obviously, because I've now got 4 units in total, it's up to 20 rails and additional end clamps and mid clamps and so on. And so if I went back up to the top here and actually selected an older style monocrystalline panel, there we go, 808 by 1580, you'll see that the quantity of panels jumps up. I can now mount 16 on 2 of those units, or if I select back to 1, I can put 8 on 1, and likewise with this one I can put 12 on one of the 4800mm units. Obviously the 4-bay design that has the 2 metre cross members, it'll mount 25 of the 180 watters, or if I go back and reselect the 250 watt panel, it'll mount 20. So that's a nice solution if you have a 5 kilowatt project, and obviously it can be selected with screw piles as well. Now onto our aluminium builder. So that's actually the N terrain rack product from Radiant, and it's got a separate calculator because the bill of materials uses all different parts, but it basically works the same. So up the top here I can select a 250 watt panel. I'll leave it a 35mm edge profile. I'll select one of these, no screw piles initially, so it's telling me I'm putting 20 panels in this solution. As you can see from the image, it's got 3 bays, and it's probably not obvious, but the panels are actually mounted in portrait on this arrangement and 2 rows high. So it's telling me that I've got 20 panels in total, 10 across and 2 high in portrait, and edge to edge the total system will be 10.17 metres installed. And if I scroll down, here's my bill of materials. So once again, this is a fully aluminium solution using all Radiant parts. We've got our mid clamps, our rail caps, the terrain rack, the actual uprights, Because I've selected concrete, it comes with embedded plates and foundation bolts, obviously lugs and clips for grounding. If I scroll back up here and let's say I'm actually going to specify screw piles, and for argument's sake I'll say 3 systems, so that's 60 panels. And so as you can see, my bill of materials here has jumped up. I've now got 108 mid clamps, 36 rails, and because I specified screw piles, it's removed the embedding bolts out of the bill of materials and it's inserted 24 ground screws. So yeah, these calculators are both available from DPA Solar. Just drop us an email or give us a buzz. Thank you very much.